What is going on, Jawbreaker and friends? We're in the fish gallery right now, soon to be fish gallery. I'm gonna keep saying that until we're ready. Today we're taking that that step back. Sorry for the weird angle, like the shirt, kind of cool. So the last video was building the stand for my son's first fish tank. That video will probably come out either before this one or after this one, and that'll be part 2. What we're doing now is setting up the future stand for our fish tanks here in our soon-to-be gallery. Let's take a look at them. So these are what we're using right now as stands. Those things are terrible. And here goes the fish tanks. They're doing pretty decent. Today's water change day as well. Get a closer look. Snails are doing fine. There goes a baby cory cat. Look how big it got. Camera looks bigger than what it actually is. There goes our gourami. Really old fish right there. Tetras are chilling behind the log. They think they're about to get fed. We gotta do a ward change, and this is the reason why. Look how bad condition our snail looks. It's not dead. We got another set of eggs up there that someone hatched. Well, laid. They're not hatching. If you look right here, this one has not hatched, and it's already been long enough for it to hatch. And our hermit crab has been eating and drinking. I wonder if he changed into this shell right here. That might be him there. But he was messing with this shell here. I wonder if he swapped to it. And then our dojo loach. So all 3 of these tanks will be able to fit on our new stand, which is right here. This thing is heavy. That's what it looks like. That's how we're going to set it up to be able to fit like 255 or 245s right on the top, and then maybe another tank there and 2 or 3 right there for the filtration in the bottom. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Look, a spider. Spider. There's a spider. So this is our little setup. Got a little blurry. Hold on. Whoop. Here goes our setup. This is where the tank is gonna go. I have a leveler on the floor to show you how bad the floor is. Ugh. Look at that. Look how off that is. That's how much off it is right there. It's crazy. But what I can do with that is I can take and a few pieces of cardboard or some wood or something I can lodge underneath there for the meantime. I have to do this, move the tanks over, because when the construction starts, which is starting to get soon, but it's starting to get very hot. My house is like 76 right now, the entire house. And that's pretty hot for like inside of my house and outside, because they're gonna start breaking the floor soon. All this sloppy work the last people did. So this part, they're starting on this part first, from this side of the wall all the way up until these steps here. And in reality, I should be moving this stuff out of the way. This is everything that I'm storing that's supposed to go away. Things that are supposed to get hanged up on the wall. So such and forth, whatever that word is. Tanks, supplies, fish supplies, decorations, all over the place. I should be moving all this stuff over here or upstairs for the meantime, and building it over here, because they're coming up here and they're going to be bricking here as well. But this allows me to get everything out of the way, move it over here. It gives me a video to do, gives me something to do in the gallery, and it gets me to do something. I haven't really been in the mood to make videos, so this gives me some work. And I'm not doing all this in one day. I'm just gonna build it, see what happens. I might decide to just get everything over here, move the stand over here. Who knows what we're gonna do? I might even decide to take it apart again and just put it upstairs for the meantime. Who knows? Alright. This is pretty much where we're going to be at right now for the meantime. So let me just grab the thing, sit here on the floor. I'm itching, like, I don't know why. This right here is itching. All the steel, the metal post. Woo, it's going to be some hard work because the instructions suck. It is. Literally tells me nothing. So, a lot of hard work just to get this. And now that I'm at this point, this isn't safe whatsoever for a fish tank. Yeah, so wasted money, pretty much. This is probably the worst thing that anyone could have thought of. Like, they do not stay. These things come out with no issue. Now, of course, the weight of the tank will keep them from moving, but I don't want to risk that at all. What I can do though to make it safe, it has holes. So I can get wood that is the same size as this rack, lay the panel of wood down, make a few extra holes going down the sides, right? And then drill that in all the way around to make it sturdy, and it will not allow this to move. And then what I can also do, imagine a piece of wood running from here to here, drilled in through the side to just make it even more sturdy. I can do that, or I can just say to hell with it and just make this for small 5-gallon bowls and plants. I'm not sure yet what I want to do, because now that I actually built it, this is not fish safe whatsoever. So definitely a waste of money. Paid a good $100 and something for this, and thought it would work. I've seen some reviews. People say they used it for fish tanks. No, I don't think this is good at all. Even like trying to move it from one area to another area, they just start all falling apart. I'm gonna have a whole nother set that's supposed to get connected over there, which I don't think I'm going to do. I don't know what to do, guys. I don't know what to do. I don't know, should I continue building it to see what the total scape and look of it looks like, or scrap it and just use it for tools and whatnot, because I got a lot of junk, as y'all see. Yeah. Only thing I think of now is just, I don't know what to do. So this is what a tank looked like on it. And it is leaning to the left because it's not leveled. The floor is not leveled. Doesn't look bad. And the metal wiring is pretty strong. I doubt with water in it that it will cause it to fold. But I'm definitely thinking a piece of wood. Problem is finding one as thin as this is just not going to be sticking out like a couple inches. Crazy. Yeah, I can't wait until this basement gets fixed. I'm like itching from all the dust. Like, see that? All the dust down here. But I watched some videos again of some of the YouTubers I got this idea from. And you're using this exact same brand, this exact same shelving. The only difference is what most of them did was they got rid of the metal rack, or they brought the one that comes with the wood already. I brought the metal rack thinking that the design was a lot better, thinking these things come off so easily. It should like snap. They should have made it to where like once you push this in, it snaps in there, and the only way to get it out is with a hammer, and you got to bang it up. This thing moves. It just comes off so easily. Just moving it from here to here, the bottom pieces were just falling off. The mid pieces were just falling off. But here goes my concern, right, with this here. If you look at this, there's like a double wire. Single wire, double wire, single wire, single wire, double wire, single, double, single, single, double. When I put the tank on top of that, the tank wobbles just a little bit side to side. Now, remember, when water gets put in that, it's not going to do that because of the amount of weight. And this metal wire holds 1,000 pounds itself. If I was to put a 40 breeder on here, fill it with water, rocks and all that, that's only going to come up to about 400 pounds based on what water is weighed by. So it's really not an issue. My issue and my concern is if I fill it with water and I have fish and I got all this stuff in there and one of these notches, for whatever reason, just pop off. My other concern is the only way you can get a tank in here, right? Because the tank is a little taller than the width here. The length. I would have to remove the top to put the second one there, and if I wanted 3 tanks going up, I would have to remove both the second shelf and the top shelf to put the tank in the bottom, then put this layer back on to put another tank there, and then put this layer on to put another tank. If something happens to the bottom tank, I have to disassemble 2 fish tanks and take off the top and the middle section just to get to the bottom tank. Now the thing is, would I have to remove the bottom tank for whatever reason? And the answer is yes. Also, water changes will be a lot more difficult in the bottom. That's why I'm only thinking to using the bottom for canister filters. Leaving it bare bottom, just like that, putting the canister filters underneath there, and just using the top 2 shelves. I even thought of lowering the second just 2-3 more notches for just nano tanks, and just do a bunch of small nano tanks with a bunch of plants down there, and then just one big tank up top. And then the second shelf, I put it away completely because it doesn't fit due to the dummies that built the house. They thought it would be real smart to put this directly in the middle of the freaking basement. Made no sense to people that built this house. Now, yes, I brought the house, but it was a last-minute resort, and I had no choice but to settle for this. Had the money and was saving more money to be able to get a bigger house, but personal life issues forced my hand and my wife's hand to settle for this house, which we don't really love or like, and already talking about moving. So even that kind of is like, build all this, fix all this to move again. Who knows what's going to happen. Now, what I am going to do, I'm just going to do what I already wanted to do. Just get the piece of wood, drill it in there, even some zip tie it in there. I could probably just zip tie from here, because there's a hole here and there's a hole here. So there's 2 holes. I could probably zip tie all the way around, keeping it nice and tight so that it does not lift for whatever reason. And then if any reason I have to remove it, I could just pop the zip tie instead of unscrewing and screwing and screwing back in. Just look at this gap. See that? It's just a gap there. That means it's just not locked in. And maybe I have to take a hammer and kind of bang it in there and see what happens. but I don't know. And then in most people videos, see how I just use the bottom two? They use the I guess the third and the fourth one. But I like it like this better. I just like it like that better. Let's see what happens. I'm thinking just taking the 29 tall tank there, putting it on top, filling it with water, and see how it looks when it moves. But also what I want to do, I want to level it. So I want to take a piece of wood or something in the bottom and level it to where I think it suits me. With this, I'm going to have to take some measurements. I was looking for the measuring tape. I don't know what the hell happened to it. Yeah, so I didn't do a full video for the shelf because some hiccups happened, and now I'm kind of like, do I really want to do it? I don't know. But what I'm going to do is these water changes, because the tanks, they need it. But big things to come. We're going to get there. The basement will get remodeled, fixed, and let's see what happens with the shelving.